Welcome back to another episode of True's Top 5, voted as the most popular Top 5 series in the world. By who? Me. So it's official. Yay! Now you guys know that I'm a big fan of Metroid, and if you don't know that, even though I've talked about it in plenty of my True's Top 5 videos, then you're living under a rock. Like seriously, what are you doing? Anyway, one of my favorite things in Metroid are the bosses. There are so many good ones with crazy battles, powerful attacks, and awesome designs. So let's dive into that and talk about True's top 5 Metroid bosses.
5.
Number 5 is a classic Metroid boss called Crade. Crade is like this giant monster lizard thing with 3 red eyes and sharp teeth and claws. He's a tough guy to beat. The way how you usually beat him is firing missiles in his mouth when it's open. Once you fire enough missiles, he's finished. Also, fun fact, there were plans to have Crade in the first Metroid Prime game as one of the bosses there, but the plan was scrapped because there wasn't enough time to add him in, and they didn't want to risk pushing up the release date of the game just to add him in. Oh well, maybe we'll see him in Metroid Prime 4. Although, I hope they don't use the design look they gave Crade from the first Metroid Prime game in it, because honestly it looks pretty f***ing creepy. If I saw this back when I was a kid when I first played Metroid Prime, this would have scarred me back then. Ugh.
4.
Number 4, we have a creepy boss from Metroid Fusion. The X-Parasite that copied Samus in her abilities called the SA-X. The boss looks exactly like Samus in her power suit, but the difference is that it has blank eyes and no mouth. Talk about disturbing. Most of the time in the game, you have to avoid and get away from this boss until at the end when you have all your abilities and are ready to face it. And during the battle with it, it eventually turns into this giant mutated version of itself and jumps up and down trying to squash you. What's surprising is at the end of Metroid Fusion, when you fight the Omega Metroid at the end, the SA-X shows up to help you. As the saying goes, don't judge a book by its cover, I guess.
3.
Next on number 3, we have another classic Metroid boss, and I believe this one is my sister's most favorite Metroid boss, Ridley. Ridley is a popular Metroid boss that a lot of Metroid fans like. He's been seen in many Metroid games, the classic 2D ones, the Metroid Prime games, and also in Super Smash Bros. I'm still surprised that Nintendo was actually able to add him as a playable character in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I didn't think that was actually possible, but hey, I'm not complaining. I'm actually glad they did, because if Ridley can be a playable character in it, then any character can. I still pray and hope that they'll add Klonoa as a playable character in Smash Bros. It will happen one day. One day, I tell you. Anyway, Ridley is a very awesome boss in Metroid.
2.
Have you ever heard the old saying, yourself is your worst enemy? Well, that's what this one on the list is about. Yep, I'm talking about Dark Samus from Metroid Prime 2 and 3. Now, if you know Metroid Prime well, you would know that at the end of the first Metroid Prime game, Dark Samus was created. Dark Samus is pretty much Samus's shadow. Dark Samus was created by Phazon. She always hunts for more Phazon to increase her power. She's a very dangerous foe, and Samus has faced her many times. She's not easy to beat. Her abilities are similar to Samus, and she can create clones of herself called Echoes. She's also a playable character in Smash Bros. too, which is really cool. Dark Samus is a very cool boss, definitely one of my favorites.
1.
Now for number 1. This boss is a little more recent, but turned out to be a very amazing and difficult boss to face against. I'm talking about Ravenbeak from the final 2D Metroid game, Metroid Dread. Ravenbeak is an extremely powerful boss with strong armor, flying wings, and an extremely powerful laser beam weapon. If you face against him, be ready for quite a challenge. He's not to be underestimated. I also like the name they gave him, Ravenbeak. It's a fitting name for him, really. Nintendo made the right choice with that name. Well, that's about it for my top 5 Metroid bosses. Let me know what you think of my list here. Did you like it? And let me know what your top 5 favorite Metroid bosses are. Also, let me know what other top 5 bosses from video game franchises you guys want me to talk about in a future True's Top 5 video. You can ask me on here or on Twitter at TrueLoveHeart94. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell to stay up to date with my recent content on my channel. And be sure to smash that like button. Go on, you know you want to. The like button is calling to you. Don't resist the like button. Click it. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next True's Top 5 video. Hope you guys enjoyed this True's Top 5 video. If you want to see my True's Top 5 Metroid games video, click on the left. And on the right is my TLH94 Gametime of Metroid Prime. Watch as I try to avoid a giant rock monster that tried to roll over me and turn me into a pancake.